You're just about to play here in Eugene against a couple of pretty big characters, but you won't be playing Texas here. And given how last season ended, do you wish you were playing Texas?
I think we've played Texas a lot throughout the last couple years, and it's always an emotional match. It's always a great match, and it always is so emotional. I don't think we were itching to play them at the beginning of the season, just because we know anytime we play that great of a team and that high energy, that it's going to be an amazing match either way. So we weren't necessarily itching to play them, but it is a great match and it is fun to play. I'd love to see Texas again postseason. It's so much fun to play them.
Sports is about learning lessons, and sometimes they're tough lessons. So let's go back to Texas again. That was probably about as hard a loss as a team has had to have. How did you feel then, and how do you feel now by comparison?
Then it was obviously upsetting for our entire team. We fought so hard, and it was a great match, and it's so hard that anyone had to lose that match, just because both teams were battling until the very end, and both teams never took a point off. So I think regardless of the outcome of that match, you can hang your hat on a great game, you can hang your hat on a great season, but it was a tough match, and we were upset about that for a while. That's a tough way to end the season, and especially when we were so badly wanting to go to the Final Four.
The other thing that happened last year that you'll have control over going forward, you've got a couple more years as a Gator, is the losses of 5-set matches. What does it take to not lose a 5-set match? You lost a lot of them last year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 5-set matches. I think you got to be very resilient, especially depending on, you can't take the energy of the 4th set and bring it into the 5th set. So I think just starting from page 1, saying, all right, game to 15, and just treating each point as its own little game. And I think doing that would be a great way to win more 5-set matches this year.
You guys last year had the highest hitting percentage of any team in the nation. You were part of that offense. What's the key to having that kind of success once your setter gets you the ball?
I think you have to have great hitters to have that number, and we do. Our team has so much depth on the pins, but also you got to have a good first contact and a great setter, and I think we have those things. So it's not just necessarily having effective hitters, but knowing when to go for the ball, knowing when you can't make an error, and also having a great relationship with your passers and setters, and that's something that we have.
Of course, if you get a great pass, your setter can also go to your middle, which takes pressure off of you. And in a year when there's some pretty good middles out there, Haley Washington at Penn State, Inky Ajanaku is back at Stanford, you guys have Rhamat. Talk about her.
Rhamat is amazing, and she's our captain this year. She's such a great leader, such a great teammate. The volleyball is just the cherry on top of that for me, because she's an amazing friend in person to everyone on the team. So having Rhamat is such an asset for our group. Offensively, she opens up the pins. If you don't go to her, so many people bite on Rhamat every time. I mean, middles, you can't ignore her. So she's just a force whenever she does get the ball, and helps everyone else out when she doesn't get the ball.
No team of the last several years has gotten to the Final Four without a great opposite, a great right side hitter. You guys have Alex. Talk about her.
Alex Holston is amazing. She does things that baffles me sometimes. I'm like, how did she get around that block? How did she hit that angle? Alex is the glue to our group. She's our calm in the storm, basically, and she's just such a great player to have from the back row, front row, all-around option. It's really, you can give the ball to her in any situation, and that is so helpful to our offense.
Okay, finally, the SEC used to be pretty much the warm-up for Florida. Florida, you could just hand them the trophy at the beginning of the year, and now suddenly with the emergence of Missouri and Florida, Texas A&M, of course, has come your way. Kentucky's always been there and tough, but now suddenly, it isn't an easy cakewalk for Florida. You think that's good for Florida and for volleyball, or would you rather just have it easy?
I don't think anyone on this team would ever say we want to have it easy, and I think that having a tough conference and having teams keep getting better in the conference is a great asset to us. It's something that you don't ever want to have a game where you can just roll in and play so-so and win. I don't think you would almost rather have the tough 5-set match. You want to get used to those games, and I think it's helpful for us in the tournament further on. It's helpful for all the other SEC teams in the tournament further on to be able to challenge each other throughout the entire year. So I think we want it tough.